What is going on, everyone? I am Bob O'Mac, and today on Crisis in the Toyverse, I step down a deep, dark alley, and I look at one of DC Collectibles' last offerings. That's right, I'm talking about the DCTV line, and in this case, we're talking about Sara Lance, aka the White Canary. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I love Legends of Tomorrow. It's probably my second favorite DC TV show. Hands down. Love the characters, love the interactions. Glad I got Sara Lance here. She's looking like a femme fatale who's ready to kick butt and take names and do it with class. Alright, enough chitter chatter and pitter patter. Let's talk about the sculpting here on old Sara. Or should I say Captain Sara. So the head sculpt looks pretty good, although she does look a bit constipated. But I'm going to forgive that because you turn it to the side and I think it looks really, really fantastic. Facing forward, not so much, but side to side, she's definitely a beauty, folks. In terms of the rest of the sculpting, the hair is made of a soft, rubbery material. It's not too soft, but it's not too hard either. You do have some flexibility with it. The outfit itself is sculpted and painted very nice. No complaints there. Take it all the way down. You get to the nice boots. I'm not a boot guy, but the boots do look good. So there's that. And of course, we have the nice skin tone going throughout. So very satisfied with the look of Sara. Let's see how the articulation holds up. In terms of the head, can go down quite a bit. It can't really look up, only because of the hair. Now, if I bring the hair back, you can sort of get it to go up a little more, but not much. In terms of the arms, let's take her weapons out for a moment, shall we? In terms of the arms, they go up, they go down, they spin all the way around. You got the hinge and swivel at the elbow, and same thing going on with the wrist. Now, in terms of the upper body, there is no articulation anywhere on this figure. No waist cut, no diaphragm joint, none of that. So if you want to make this action figure do all the cool action kung fu style moves you see on the TV show, you're just going to have to keep on dreaming, and that's just the honest truth. Now, let's get the positive back on this thing. In terms of the legs, she can almost do the splits. About that far. She can kick forward that much. Can't really kick back. No die cut or anything like that. A double bend at the knees, and you do have a swivel at the boot. No rocker or hinge or anything like that. So, it's less than ideal articulation, but there's enough there where you can play around with it, which I guess is going to have to work, just being honest. You know, this line was definitely not designed for articulation. It was definitely about sculpting. So DC Collectibles gets a huge thumbs up on that front. Now that I've covered articulation and sculpt, let's go ahead and review the accessories. And here we are at the accessories. DC Collectibles kind enough to introduce us with a whole bunch of different hands. You got Kung Fu style hands, you got punching hands, and you got gripping hands, which is good for this bad boy. Now her staff slash baton type weapon is done in this flat plastic, and it looks kind of warped, to be honest with you guys. But I would have appreciated if they could have added some silver to it to really make it shine, to give it that chrome type color, but oh well. The cool thing is, and I was not expecting this, is that they do separate. You got the little peg right here that's clear, and you got two pieces right here, so she can beat the crap out of people and save the time verse, if that's such a thing. That sounds like a corny way to say something. Anyways, all in all, decent amount of accessories to help make up for that lack of articulation. The hands just peg in nice and simple. I would heat them up, just an FYI, so they don't break on you. But overall, very nice. Very happy with that. Let's do the size comparison and call this review a day. Alright guys, here we are with the fun part of the show, the size comparison. On one side, we have Heatwave, and on the other side, we have Barry Allen, a.k.a. the fastest man alive. And in the middle, we have White Canary. Obviously, it's the DC Collectibles toy line. These are going to fit in great with each other, no matter how you pose them or attempt to, given the articulation limits. But let's just move Barry Allen out of the way for a moment. Let's bring in a Diamond Select Dark Tower figure. He's a little bulkier, but you could make it work depending on how you do it. So it's not horribly bad. Let's just remove Heatwave for a moment and add in Darkwing Duck. Obviously, he's going to be smaller, but there's nothing to say White Canary and Darkwing can't hang out and have a fun time. So there is a size comparison just so you see what's going on here. Truthfully, guys, it's hard to recommend this line if you're not collecting it. Only because there's rumors that this line may be dead, which is really, really unfortunate. But I'll talk about that as I go through the rest of this last wave, supposedly, of figures we have. I personally think she's a decent action figure. She's not amazing, but they're not horrible. So if you're a fan of her from Arrow or Legends of Tomorrow, go pick her up. And you can pick her up at places like BigBadToyStore.com, which can help support the show. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for the review here. Let's take one final look here at Sara trying to be all bad with her bad self. Yeah, that's a good way to dig myself a hole and have a YouTube commenter criticize me. Guys, the truth is, you know, I appreciate the likes, the supports, the comments. Some of you have said some really nice things. Some of you haven't, and that's okay. That's what happens when you put yourself out on the internet. But thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Check out the links in the description below, be it Extreme-Sets, Toy Lover Crew on Instagram, and of course, Undercover Capes for all things geeky in the podcast verse. Guys, I'm going to have a slideshow at the end. Thank you so much as always, excuse me. And until next time, great googly moogly.